Check out that building with a hole in it. Here in Hong Kong, there are dragons floating everywhere. You can't really see them because, you know, they're dragons. They actually live up in the mountains and they come down into the water. And when you block them from entering the water, you end up really messing up your luck. So they have accommodated this situation by putting holes in the buildings so that the dragons can fly through. These are called dragon gates, and they are one of many examples of how feng shui, the ancient Chinese practice, is affecting the skyline of Hong Kong. So feng shui is this ancient Chinese belief, superstition. The basic idea is that there is good energy out there floating around, good luck, good fortune. It's called qi. And if you arrange your physical environment in an optimal way, you can channel that good luck in the best way and things will go good for you. This usually takes the form of like furniture, interior design, but here in Hong Kong, it has affected the skyline. All right, first let's look at this HSBC building.
The Hong Kong-Shanghai Bank was founded back in the days of pirates and opium barons.
First thing you'll notice is that it's nicely squared off with the mountains in the back and the harbor in the front. This is really good composition for the qi to flow. Not only is the lobby elevated, but it's also the escalators are at this angle. This kind of weird looking angle. But that's intentional as well because it's actually meant to fend off the bad luck as it's coming through this hole in the bottom of the building. And then of course, the opposite is true. If you don't arrange your physical environment in an optimal way, then bad luck will befall you.
Right next door is the Communist Bank of Red China.
The developers of this building explicitly ignored the feng shui masters who were concerned that the sharp angles of this design would cut the good qi and create bad luck for all of the surrounding buildings. The people who thought this had their suspicions reinforced when, shortly after the building was complete, bad stuff started happening around it. Like to this neighboring building, which has been riddled with financial insecurity, corporate collapse, bankruptcies since its very beginning. And feng shui masters have come out and cited the bad feng shui of the area as a major cause for these events. The governor of Hong Kong at the time, whose house sits in the shadow of this building, died of a fatal heart attack just 1 year after this building was complete. So the HSBC building, in response, put up these maintenance cranes that actually look like cannons, and they're pointed right at the Bank of China in order to combat all of this bad luck that's coming from this sharp building. When developers are designing and putting up these buildings, they hire these feng shui consultants. They spend millions of dollars on consultants who will give them advice and approve their design decisions to make sure that they're in keeping with good feng shui. Out here in Disneyland, Hong Kong, the feng shui masters said that the entrance was in a bad position for keeping good luck in the park. So they shifted the entrance by 12 degrees in order to create a blockade from the good luck escaping the park and ruining the prosperity of this place. Feng shui comes from China, mainland China, but during the Cultural Revolution, China kind of stamped out some of these old practices that they believed were holding the society back, and feng shui fell victim to that. But Hong Kong at that time was ruled by the British. It was a British colony, so it didn't fall subject to that Cultural Revolution, and feng shui was preserved in a very mainstream way. Check out this building. It's the Hopewell Centre. When this thing went up, people freaked out because it kind of looked like a candle or like a smoking cigarette. They put a swimming pool on the top in order to extinguish the fire and make sure that it didn't mess with the good luck of the city. The government takes this stuff really seriously too. Between 2011 and 2016, they paid out $1.1 million in feng shui disturbance subsidies. This is paid out to people who complain that new constructions disrupt their feng shui, and they get compensated by the government. So next time you are crossing this harbor to look at these beautiful buildings, just remember that feng shui is at play in Hong Kong's skyline.